facility. Here we have a 3D representation of a data center built in DGLux. As we roll over each rack, we have all the power and temperature readings adjusting to the rack selected on the left-hand side. Same applies for the PDUs and UPSs. We also have the ability to enable or disable a thermal map, which is a native component within DGLux. If we hit the Options tab, we have the ability to adjust the heat map zone to zero in on the problem areas of our data center. Once identified, you can click on any rack to see the rack itself and open the rack to see the heat distribution. Designed for use on mobile tablets, we have created gestures for swipe left or swipe right to spin the rack and see the insides. By clicking on the Trends tab, we can open charts showing the rack performance over any specific period of time. In addition, we can click the chilled water system icon to see exactly how our systems are performing in real time. Now that you've seen a live example of a customer interface, let's jump into the DGLux application. The first thing that you will notice are the menu buttons here on top. The play button is essentially kiosk mode of the application, which allows you to automatically cycle through all of the open tabs in full screen. The cube is the button to open design mode of DGLux, where all of these dashboards are built. The user icon gives option to log out, check your license status, or update your version of DGLux. There is also a navigation builder which allows you to build this tree-like hierarchy, and the user manager that controls all of your permissions. Under the Star menu, you can access the help mechanism to submit feedback to the DGLogic support team. There is also multiple options for reporting. You can export anything created in DGLux as a PDF, Excel spreadsheet, or image. Now that you've seen the basics, we'll click the green cube to jump into design mode, and I'll show you how all of these interfaces are built. Immediately, you will notice that a couple things have changed. On the left, we have your station tree that has now appeared, holding all the folders of your station's points. All of the hierarchy that you see here is automatically pulled from your data provider. By clicking on any node, DGLux will automatically show all of your metrics for that node. Below, you can even click live values to see the real-time values for your metrics, which really helps during the design process. At the bottom, our widget bar has now appeared. This consists of categories which house all of our multiple containers for layout options, dashboarding components such as charts, gauges, text indicators, data grids, tables, and even widgets to pull in external content such as images, frame animators, live video feeds, YouTube, sound effects, maps, webcams, and much more that you can utilize as native elements. Out of the box, DGLux ships with an extensive graphics library, including color themes, patterns, shadows, callouts, buttons, and icons, to give you a strong base to start your design process from so you don't have to start from scratch. Inside of the Form Elements category, we provide things like checkboxes and sliders that allow you to control your points and equipment. Furthermore, DGLux ships with a variety of graphics like an HVAC library, equipment library, 3D and 2D piping, a data center library, and many others to help get you started on building your dashboards. So let's go ahead and start building something. When it comes to creation, you have three options. You can use an absolute layout, a dock layout, or start from a template. Let's start with the most simplistic, the dock layout. The general workflow applies throughout all of the DGLux application as drag and drop. You simply pick any widget from the widget bar. It is done in the same way that we created our pop-up by adding behaviors to expose PNGs or hide them based on the rollover and out action. For every specific floor, we've added a click behavior to open a pop-up containing the heating and lighting controls. Using the property-to-property binding, like we set up for our globe, this slider is our control mechanism and drives our set points and polygon overlays that are bound to that point. We've also implemented a data DVR to our floor overview to play back the 2 previous days of how our zone temperatures have fluctuated using non-visual components such as the timer and filter widget. Moving on, we've all fast forward or rewind any selected time range for your equipment. For example, let's say we wanted to look at last week. Once we've selected, we can simply play back our historic data with a live representation of exactly how your equipment was performing at that exact point in time. This is an amazing troubleshooting tool and allows you to go back through your building automation systems and quickly figure out where exactly problems have occurred and why. Maybe you see a spike or a slump in your data and then you quickly realize, oh, my fan got stuck or my damper is broken. On the right, we have an events panel that notifies you of specific rules that you've run against your data and allows you to jump directly to that point in time. With this playback functionality, you can quickly analyze months worth of data and no longer need to have management watching over your systems in real time. This is a simple example of an AHU, but this concept can be applied to absolutely anything, such as zones on your floor plan like you've seen in the campus demo, a lighting overview of your buildings, the consumption of your solar panels, or anywhere else that you